Good morning. I'm heading to an allergy appointment right now because I finally got one, and for once in my life I don't want to start dying in my nose to like break on me during this winter, so I'm finally getting it checked. And I'm taking you guys with me because I'm going alone and I'm kind of scared because apparently there's a needle test. So, turns out I'm allergic to everything. Dogs, cats, hamsters, rabbits. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try immunotherapy, but we'll see if it helps. I'm allergic to you. I'm allergic to you. Look at me, Bandit. Look at me. Yeah. You're so cute. I'm actually so sad. I don't want to be allergic to the babies. Shmita doesn't care. Do you care that I'm allergic to you? No. That's okay. That's okay. I've been reading Mangled and it's been so good. I started reading this, I think, 2 days ago, and right now I'm on 348 pages. So I've been devouring this book and it's been so good. It reminds me a lot of when I was younger and I got so engrossed in the Shadowhunter series that I just couldn't put the book down because I was so obsessed with finding out what is going to happen, even though I can kind of guess what the plot is like and like what twists there will be. I still want to know how exactly it plays out. And so I've been completely obsessed with reading this book. I also really enjoy the fact that this is a little different from other fantasy romance novels that I've read in the past where the main character is a bit delulu and like irrational. The main character in this book is Hermione, and Hermione is a lot more rational about her thoughts and she's a lot more human, like what you would think if you were captured in a situation, and like she's not just like delulu falling in love with her captor. There's a lot more sustenance and a lot more complexity to her decision making and her feelings, and I like that.
Can we have two iced vanilla lattes?
Medium?
Yeah.
Sorry, medium.
When I get obsessed with reading something, I like read it everywhere. Like I just can't tear my eyes off a page. This used to happen to me as a kid. My mom would get so mad at me because I would literally read everywhere. Like I would read in the car, I would read while walking. Like I looked like I was possessed. Like I was a walking zombie that was reading. I think I'm doing that again, which is fine because today's a public holiday. But I'm currently like 400 pages in, so maybe I can finish this book by tonight? Is that like super crazy to finish a 900-page book in 3 days? Honestly, that's not too crazy. I think I finished Shadowhunters, like each book of the Shadowhunters series in like 2 or 3 days as a kid, because I would just read as I'm doing now. So I guess nothing's changed after all these years. So I wanted to show you guys my current knit projects. So I casted on a new project. If you follow me on social media, you probably see me post about it. This is Erin's scarf and it's been making really good progress. I'm almost done with the first skein of yarn and it's like getting really heavy and really thick to knit now. So I don't know if I can continue bringing this around with me whenever I like want to knit in public. This new project I'm working on is a lot lighter because I'm using merino wool. This is merino and silk wool, and I'm knitting a mohair boat neck top that's available. It's like a free pattern on YouTube. I think a lot of people know about it. I can also link it down below if you're interested, or if someone's interested you can comment and I can send you the link. It makes me so happy when people comment on things I say in the middle of my videos, because I don't know why I always have this feeling that no one actually watches my videos, and so I always assume or presume that people stop watching my videos like in the middle. So like whenever someone references something that's within, like embedded within the video, I get really happy because I realize that people actually do watch my videos, and that's like very heartwarming to me. But yeah, this is the newest project I've been working on. I think the color of the wool is so beautiful. So I double threaded it with like mohair I got from New York, and this is the mohair that I got from Toronto. It's so beautiful. I don't think the camera does it justice. I think it looks a lot better in person. Oh no, the yarn fell. Oh my god. It's been going well so far. It doesn't make my hand cramp up as much, but also that might be also because I'm using bigger size needles, so it's like easier to knit. A few days ago, I started knitting this backwards when I picked up the project again, and I knitted like 3 rows before I realized, like, I had an inkling that I was knitting it wrong, but I kept gaslighting myself into thinking that I was knitting it right, even though I know it was wrong, probably because I didn't want to like undo the several stitches I did. So then I ended up having to undo several rows of stitches I did instead, and I was really sad that day because I felt like I wasted time. And then someone commented on my TikTok that was like, oh, why are you upset about it? It's like, you're learning something, like this is a learning experience. And I was like, yeah, that is a good perspective to take. Like, instead of feeling like I've wasted time when I make mistakes with my projects, I learned something from it, so it's not non-productive. Because I feel like when I get upset, it's because I feel like I haven't been productive and I've just like wasted all that time. But in reality, that time was not wasted. I learned something from it. And so yeah, I guess that's an interesting way to frame things I never thought about. But yeah, I really enjoy knitting with this wool. And I think I haven't knitted with like yarn that I'm excited about. And so knitting with this is so much more exciting than just knitting with like gray wool. Like, I'm so happy to make this scarf for my boyfriend, but it does get quite repetitive and like boring and unexciting knitting this scarf. So normally when I do this, it's when I want to engage my mind, because I do have to count the number of stitches, when to increase and stuff like that. I don't know if it fits over my head properly. For anyone who's watching that who knits, this should be fine, right? Like, I casted the same amount of stitches as the pattern called for and a bit more, so it should fit over my head unless I have like an enormously giant head, which I don't think I do. Good morning. Well, it's like almost evening now, but I've been working at home because I'm totally work from home this week, because I think the office is going through renovations, so we were instructed not to come in. And I've just been working all morning, but I'm doing my makeup now because I have a dinner with a friend tonight. I was thinking of going to the used bookstore to try and find some books that I've been meaning to find. I've been meaning to find The Stoner in a very specific cover, the NYRB cover, the one with the Thinker painting on it, but it's very hard to find secondhand. Like, when I see it on Facebook Market, when I message the person, it's like already sold out. I think everyone just wants that copy, which is just so understandable. Another thing I have been thinking about though is maybe growing out my bangs. I think I want curtain bangs again, because bangs do get pretty annoying to upkeep, but then it's also fun to have that option to just like pull strands out and have bangs, and also be able to like clip them back when I don't want them. But I think I look better with curtain bangs. I don't know. I feel like I'm always indecisive about my hair, and I just like changing it up for the sake of changing it. I think everything I'm saying today makes me sound very like emotionally unstable, but I swear I'm fine. I also figured out an ingenious way to knit. I just hooked my bag onto this little hook that I have under my desk, and it holds my yarn while not having it take up space.
to you.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Bandit, stop. I think I have to start like preparing my plants for overwinter, but I still haven't like done any research on how to properly do that. I can really start to see them like kind of fading and not growing as much. The leaves are starting to turn a little yellow in places because it's starting to get much colder here. So yeah, a lot less growth now, but probably will have to start prepping them for the winter, and I should probably do research into that so I know actually what to do. These hydrangeas smell really good though. Don't know why. I finished reading Manacled last night and like, oh my god, that was such a ride. I'm planning to write my review right now in my notebook, and I think it's just, I really appreciated how complex and thought out the entire plotline was. None of it felt like romanticizing trauma or romanticizing a war. It like reflected how war can affect relationships and the realities of life, and I thought that was very powerful. I will say though that I wonder how heavily it actually leans on the Harry Potter world and the fact that Hermione, Harry, Malfoy are already established characters that we kind of know and love already, because I felt like a lot of the world building and the character development suddenly you didn't have to do as much heavy lifting, just because we have a preconceived notion of who these characters were and kind of what the world looks like. I highly recommend you to read this. I'll try to flesh out my thoughts a bit more, and I think when I do my like monthly reading recap, I'll have a bit more thorough review. So you can stay tuned for that if you're interested. I've just been working this entire morning. Managed to edit my New York vlog a little bit during lunch, but then I feel so weird, especially since I'm editing my New York vlogging this video, because it feels so mundane and so boring in comparison, despite the fact that I know that the mundane and the very simplistic cozy life is kind of what I want to remind everyone is worth romanticizing, and not everything has to be like glam, glitz, and adventure. I have a meeting in a few minutes, but I plan to change and get ready for my workout class. Hopefully getting back into the habit of doing workout classes and like going through the motions that I normally go through will kind of help me feel a bit more acclimated to reality. I might stop by Indigo to grab the copy of The Stoner that I want, because I really do want to read it and annotate it, but I really want to annotate it in the copy that I want and not have to buy like several copies of the book. So I might do that, even though that means spending $20 that I don't necessarily need to spend, but we'll see, I guess. I've been reading The Place of Shells by Mai Ishizawa. It's a translated work from Japanese, so I'm finding the wording a little funny at some point. The book talks about how the protagonist deals with one of his childhood friend's death and kind of the idea of memories and how memory works, and it's been quite an interesting read so far. I'll update you guys in my end of month review. So I ended up threading it onto a piece of yarn, and it makes a lot more sense now in my head, like seeing the space for the arm hole that I have to knit later. But it was quite difficult to do these, where I had to yarn on a few more stitches. I ended up having to grab like a tapestry needle and like pulling out the stitches individually in order to be able to knit these stitches. But overall, I think I'm making good progress, so I'm quite excited about continuing this project. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!